Today we're checking out the new TRX4MT, an 18th scale mini monster truck version of the TRX4M. This truck shares a lot of the same features as the regular TRX4M, but it's been jacked up on 4 extra GTM shocks, this big blower motor sticking out of the hood, and these monstrous monster truck tires. You guys know we love mini monster trucks on the channel, so we're going to put these things through their paces, go through all the key features. I'm going to highlight the key differences between this and the regular TRX4M. We're going to do some size comparisons, some speed comparisons, then we're going to do some upgrades in this to see if we can make it even better. Boy, these things look good on the bench, don't they? Seeing them in pictures and online doesn't do it justice. When you see these things in person, they are just so cool. We've got tons of square body goodness going on here. Traxxas has released this in 2 different models. We have the Chevy K10 and we've got the Ford F-150 Ranger. Now the Ford comes in 2 different colors. We have the blue here. It comes in a black as well. The Chevy also comes in a black and also in a red. Now these are the same bodies that have been used on the TRX4M High Trail. Some of the key differences on the exterior, we do get this bolt-on blower motor sticking out of the hood. This model does have different bumpers up front. See, it's got a larger, more beefier chrome bumper. On the Ford, we've got a little bit of a bump for a winch there, and we've got a fair lead. On the Chevy, it's more pronounced. We've got the winch on the top, fair lead as well. Bumpers are plastic, same thing within the rear. Chrome bumpers in the rear. Got the USA 1 sticker for the license plate on the Chevy. Both of these bodies are licensed. We do get nice details like the chrome striping along the side, door handles, mirrors, chrome non-functional roll bars. So from an exterior standpoint, these things look fantastic. The square bodies from both the Ford and the Chevy is a timeless design that never gets old, and when you put big tires on it and lift it, it just looks even better. This is like the fine wine of trucks right here. Now much of this is the same as the TRX4M, so I'm going to go over the key differences. There aren't that many, so this should be pretty quick. So let's take the body off because that's where most of the changes lie here. Before getting into the chassis and things, we got to acknowledge the tires here. So this comes with these massive monster truck tires, around 3 inches tall on these things. No insert on these. They are nice and squishy. Deep dish chrome wheels. These are not a beadlock wheel. Now to accommodate these monstrous tires, the shock towers front and rear have been modified to accommodate a whole extra set of GTM shocks. So we now have 8 oil-filled shocks all the way around. Now these are the same GTM shocks as on the TRX4M. You just get an entirely extra set of them bolted onto the truck. It does make the truck stiff. In addition to the shock towers and the extra shocks, the frame itself is also new. Overall length is still the same, but this has been modified to resemble more of a monster truck. The motor sits down lower inside the cradle of this steel chassis. The skid plate that the motor is attached to has longer posts that come up so you can mount the battery up high here. Up front, we do get the Traxxas optional metal geared servo, which is a welcomed upgrade over the previous version. Other than that, the truck is primarily unchanged. We do have the same 2-in-1 ESC and receiver combo that we're used to with the regular TRX4M. Underneath, we get the same 4-link suspension setup front and rear, slider style CV drive shafts front and rear, straight axles with locked diffs. It's going to be interesting to see how this does in monster truck format with locked diffs here. We get the same Titan 180 size 87 turn motor, same gearing as in the TRX4M. So other than the minor chassis and suspension changes and some cosmetic details, pretty much nothing has changed from the TRX4M. So while the Traxxas TRX4MT is a lot of fun, how does it stack up against some of the other competitors in the mini monster truck segment? I'm thinking about one 18th scale monster truck in particular. The Losi Mini LMT. This is also an 18th scale ready to run mini monster truck. It is priced about $60 more than the TRX4MT, but it does boast some pretty impressive features, including metal links, a big 380 size 25 turn brushed motor, heavy duty metal geared axles, and menacing monster jam looks. From a size comparison, these two are very comparable. They look great next to each other, two totally different animals. The Losi certainly has performance in the bag. It's leaps and bounds faster and more capable from a monster truck standpoint than the TRX4MT. Looks could go either way depending on what your taste is, but overall these things are a pretty good matchup in terms of scale and size. The Traxxas does have significantly more ground clearance underneath. The Losi sits much lower, which is a byproduct of its high performance nature. Losi is also significantly wider, again going for that stability due to the speed that this thing puts out. So two very different trucks here, but I think it's valuable to put them together from a size perspective. Comparing them in actual driving conditions though, that's pretty interesting. So when we check that out now. Out here in the backyard with the Traxxas, you can see full speed. It's definitely faster than a TRX4M. Probably just because of the bigger tires give it a little more wheel speed. When you try to do monster truck stuff with it, wheelies are cool. That is one thing it can do. But like I was saying, you try to do monster truck stuff, like you got my little ramp here, it just doesn't have the juice to really do a lot of fun stuff. Try the backflip ramp. But yeah, it doesn't have the speed. Oh, the Losi with its open diffs, big motor, has just got the fun factor, hands down. The TRX4MT just cannot compete with this. But a speed comparison just for the heck of it. Probably the most common question that I've got thus far is how does the new MT stack up against the Smasher? Now the Smasher is a 24 scale ready to run mini monster truck that is also extremely fun and capable. Now the FMS is about $50 cheaper than the TRX4MT. The Smasher features portal axles, a 2-speed transmission, open differentials for better handling with optional lockers that you can install, and with a very minor upgrade, throwing the high-speed brush motor in this for about $12, you get insane speed out of this little truck. But as you can see from a size perspective, it looks much, much smaller than the TRX4MT because it is. At the 24 scale, you're going to have that size difference, but seeing them side by side in person, the Traxxas really dwarfs the FCX24 here. Here we've got Axel's FCX24 Smasher out here. Now this does have the high-speed motor in it. So that's a $12 upgrade, which makes it significantly faster. So why don't we line these up, see how they go. All right, I got Axel's driving the TRX4MT. I'm driving the Smasher. Here we go. Ready, 3, go. Much faster, isn't it? Well, the Smasher's having some issues with the front wheel. But... Okay. Ah! Smasher with its open diffs also has got better handling, especially at speed. So the tale of three monster trucks here. You got the Smasher, which is about $50 cheaper than the TRX4MT, and with some minor upgrades is much, much faster. I would dare say, whoa, buddy, that was awesome. It would be interesting to see how they are stock for stock, but I think the Smasher would still be a little bit faster. Then you've got the Losi Mini LMT, which is about $60 more money, but significantly better performance and a lot more features. Monster truck-esque features, I should say. What do you think, buddy?
So the new ones have two suspension like the real monster truck.
That's true. They have the quad suspension.
They make it more cool.
Ah, okay. Should we go get some speed gears? Yeah! Let's see if we can improve this thing here.
Yeah.
We'll give it a little more power and we'll re-gear it, then come back and see what we can do.
Yeah, I really want to be able to do a whole flip.
Well, all right, so that's the goal. We'll see if we can get it fast enough to do a true backflip.
Yeah.
Let's.
So that we could actually have a monster truck.
All right, let's do it, buddy. Now that we've spent a bunch of time on the TRX4MT stock, we've done our size comparisons, speed comparisons, let's throw some upgrades in this thing and see what we can get out of it for performance. We've got a couple of different options here. We've got some motor upgrades. We've got the Endura 48-turn Purple Pro motor that we're going to try out. We also got the Traxxas speed gears. Now, I'm really hoping that the latter wakes this thing up. These gears produce quite a bit of speed, so I'm really excited to throw these upgrades in the truck and see how it does. So I just installed the speed gears along with our upgraded motor and discovered something that I wonder if it's a Traxxas feature, but when you hit the gas, it cuts out. So you can't get full throttle. You have to roll it on, which is a bummer. And I wonder if it's a fail-safe from Traxxas. Same thing reverse. But I can roll it, gradually get to full throttle. But that's disappointing. It's fast though, I will say that. Okay, so I put the stock motor back in with the speed gears, and now I've got full throttle. So it seems like with the aftermarket motors, that fail-safe kicks in, but it's okay with the stock motor. Okay, so we're going to do the 48-turn motor on stock gears versus stock motor on speed gear speed comparison. So count us down, buddy.
Ready, go!
So they aren't that much different, are they? Speed gear is definitely faster, but not by a huge margin. Try some speed runs. Got the FCX24 Smasher, and we got the upgraded TRX4MT. Here we go. Had to move the test outside because the Smasher was too outrageous. So let's try this again. Oh, I think they look pretty close there. Oh, the Smasher was a little bit faster. All right, how about the two 18 scales here? We got the Losi LMT. Let's try this. Oh my gosh, the Losi is so much faster. But getting back to Axel's measurement of success, can it do a backflip now? Let's try it out. Hey! Does that count? I don't know. It wasn't very pretty, but we did it. So what you're going to run into with this, with the speed gears, anytime you put some wheel speed to it, with those lock diffs, you're going to have some issues with steering. But surprisingly, with the lock diffs in the high speed setup, it still handles pretty good. I thought it'd be a rollover machine, but it does okay. It's interesting. I think speed gear is a way to go. It's too bad that motor couldn't work with this. I'll have to keep messing with that. So we did this in a couple different iterations because my local hobby shop at first didn't have the speed gears. So we tried putting the 48 turn Pro motor in there by itself to see what a difference that made. Thankfully, I did make the trip to another hobby store and I did get my hands on a pair of the speed gears. With the addition of the speed gears, ran into a bit of a snag. Combining the motor with the speed gears was not agreeing with the ESC. Not being able to whack the thing and go full throttle with that motor and gear combination was really unfortunate because I think that would be the winning combo. Going to the stock Titan motor with the speed gears did make it more fun, but it just doesn't have the fun factor and the overall power and monster truck characteristics that I was really looking for, that we really like in our builds. The Losi and the FMS with the speed motor have that ridiculous power where you can send these things to the moon off of jumps. You can do backflips off of our ramp, do donuts, drifts, all that fun stuff that you really expect from a monster truck. You just don't get that with this. So overall impressions of this truck, I do think it looks fantastic. It's probably going to be a shelf queen. I love the F-150, the blue. It's got so much nostalgia coming off of this thing. I'm a humongous Bigfoot monster truck fan. When I saw this, I just envisioned the Bigfoot #1 Ford, and I pretty much had to have it at that point. And Traxxas must have read my mind, and all of the other monster truck fans' minds out there, because the Bigfoot sticker kit is coming for this as an option. So I can imagine, personally, I'll probably sticker this up like the Bigfoot monster truck, and it'll probably sit on the shelf, be taken out around the house here and there. But for when I really want to throw down and have monster truck performance, mini monster jam, epic shred sessions with my little buddy here, I'm going to go for the Losi over the FMS. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of the TRX4MT? And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.